I'm up here with Neal Gist, organizer of today's protest. Neal, what can you tell us about what the events are today?
Well, the event today, the purpose of this is to, one, spread awareness about what's been going on inside of the Commissioner's office, the department here in Camden County specifically. Greg Hasty and Don Williams, there's just a never-ending stream of scandals and corruption going on here. And, you know, it's one thing if there was an accident or an incident and we can say, oh, they messed up and, you know, they learned and we forgive them. But when it's a pattern of that sort of behavior again and again, at some point we have to unite as a community and say enough is enough. You're not representing our views. You're not representing what we elected you to do. You're abusing your power. You know, it's pure political corruption, and it's a local government. So we don't have to tolerate that here at all. You and I, we have a lot of influence in our community, and so this is all about exercising that influence and spreading information, trying to educate people. And you hear the horns honking by. There's already a lot of people who know about it and are ready to see some change.
Now, Commissioner Hasty Williams, they were elected as conservative Republicans. Do you feel they are governing as conservative Republicans?
No, I don't understand that. They're authoritarian. They were the ones who voted for the lockdown orders that you can't gather with more than 10 people. That was last year, the beginning of this. You know, so already that was when I first noticed. Oh, these guys don't care about your Fifth Amendment right. You know, your Fourth Amendment right. The fact that they're illegally, unconstitutionally banning people from public grounds, and then when one of those citizens goes to vote, then they use that as a sham to get some sort of Fox search warrant to tap into his Facebook and electronic devices to survey him. That is some Orwellian nonsense. So that is anything but constitutional, anything but conservative. They're big government Republicans, big government Greg is what I call them. They got to get out of here.
What do you hope to achieve with this protest today?
The ultimate goal is to, one, let Don and Greg know that the community is done with them. They really ought to retire. That's the right thing to do. If they didn't start out corrupt, it's the nature of power to do that to folks. And, you know, if something went wrong along their political journey, you know, I'm sorry, I guess that happens to some folks, but you gotta confront it. You gotta acknowledge it and step down so that we can put men and women of integrity and honesty, of true conservative values in that office to actually represent the will of the people here, the spirit of the Lake of the Ozarks, which is liberty, which is God and family and community and small government. I mean, everyone here is a patriot, and you'll figure that out right away when you start talking to them. A lot of really informed folks, smart people that know what's been going on and are sick and tired of it. But everyone here is, civil, and you see smiles. It's a family event. There's kids everywhere, you know, because we are one big community here, and we're not trying to be disruptive. We're trying to exercise our First Amendment right to see some justice happen in our local government.
Do you anticipate any repercussions for today's event?
Well, I might get banned from public property, I guess. You know, that's always possible. I don't know if we did anything wrong, you know, nobody violated any rights here. We have a right to peaceably assemble. We have a right to exercise our free speech.
How high should the bar be to ban a citizen from the courthouse? In other words, is it just nasty things on Facebook, or should there be some sort of a violent act or a criminal act in order to do that? How high would the bar be in your view?
The bar is due process. We go through the court system, you have a legal conviction, that's the bar.
Last words, anything you want to say before we wrap up?
Yeah, just everyone who came out here today, I wanted to say thank you, and folks online. We have to do our part by spreading the information, by letting folks know. And so if you could, share these videos or just talk about it with your friends and your family. It's going to take all of us mobilizing. Hasty will be up for re-election next year. We'll get him out of there. Williams, I think, is a couple years after that, so it's going to be a long few years, but hopefully they'll just resign, for God's sake, and we can get on with healing this commissioner department.
Neal Gist, former Congressional Candidate for U.S. Congress, organizer of today's protest. Neal, thank you.
Yeah, you bet.